Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 36th episode of Tuesdays with Tobe. My name is Tobe Frierson, and as usual, I'm super excited to be back before you again today with another short talk. I want to start right out, though, with a very big thank you. Many of you have congratulated me on the completion of my round 2 of E to M Fitness. E to M Fitness is a health and wellness program that I've been a part of for the last 16 weeks. And on last week, I told you all about my results, essentially. And so thank you so much for shouting me out. I actually just started round 3 yesterday, and I am in it to win it. I have more goals before I go into a maintenance plan. And so I appreciate all of you all who reached out, and I definitely appreciate those of you who started your round 1 on yesterday. So congratulations to all the round 1 folks for E to M. If you all don't know what I'm talking about, please hop back 1 week, as I tell you guys to do each week. Check out the message that I put up. Honestly, the message was titled, How I Lost 3 Pant Sizes in 15 Weeks, because at that point it was 15 weeks. So please check that out if you don't know what I'm talking about, because my results have been phenomenal. I lost 20 pounds, I lost those 3 pant sizes, I lost a ton of inches, but here's what I gained. I gained a lot of clarity of mind. I am learning how to eat and how my body works and how to manage all that stuff. And I am sleeping sounder. So there are a lot of benefits from this program, and there's tons of friends because the group, as of yesterday, had 65,400 people. Last round, we had 55,000 people. So yes, 10,000 more folks were convinced that this is the way to go for health and fitness. So enough about that. I'm really trying to get you all to go back and watch last week's video. Let's shift our focus for today. I want us to take a moment to look inward and to dig deep. I have a simple thought for us today, or actually I have a question for you today. Do you know when to say when? And what I mean by that, there are so many times when we find ourselves in situations where we're literally, y'all, like a hamster on a wheel, and we are spinning, and we're going nowhere. Or even worse than that, than being a hamster on the wheel, we're getting knocked down off of our feet over and over again, and we're standing back up, we're getting knocked down again, we're standing back up, we're getting knocked down again, and it just continues over and over and over. But you know what? Today, we have the opportunity to stop all that because we're gonna know when to say when. As we do each week, before we dive into today's message, let's say our family rules. Look behind me, ready, read. During Tuesdays with Tobe, we will use kind words. Do your best. Always be honest. Forgive and forget. Be happy. Count your blessings. Laugh at yourself. Stay positive and love one another. Y'all, I grew up in the 80s, so I don't know if this is a saying now or not, but it certainly was when I was a child. So go with me here for a moment. It's Saturday or Sunday. Your parents put you in the car because you all are going to visit around town. You're going to visit some family and friends. And before we would get out of the car, Mom would always announce the duration of our stay. So y'all, we're going to stay for just about an hour because we don't want to wear out our welcome. Does anybody else know that term? Wear out our welcome? I was always so intrigued by that. I thought it was kind of funny, but essentially Mom was saying, we need to know when to say when we're in other people's houses. Like if it gets close to dark or if it gets close to mealtime and you've not been explicitly invited for a meal, we don't need to just linger around and see what somebody's cooking and hope that they have enough for us and our kids. No. That's not how that should go. But essentially, Mom was saying we need to know when to say when. We need to know when to leave people's houses. And so what's that term I taught you all just now? Don't wear out your welcome. That is definitely a part of this story today. Another example of knowing when to say when can play out in a boxing ring. Go with me here. For those of you who have watched boxing before, you know there's 2 opponents. There's also 2 corners, and those 2 corners have trainers in them that stay in the corner throughout the duration of the fight. And round after round, they can consult with the fighter. So you've got one fighter who is taking a bad beating. His lip is busted, his face is swollen, he has a bloody nose, and he keeps going back round after round to the corner. The trainers are having to patch him up. They're asking, are you okay to fight? Are you okay to fight? Well, because he has the heart of a fighter, and some of us have a heart of a fighter, because he has a heart of a fighter, he keeps going back in for round after round after round. And the trainers, because they're outside of the situation, they have a different vantage point than the person who is in the battle. And the trainers are like, you know what? We're going to have to throw in the towel. And what happens when you throw in the towel in a boxing match? The fight is over. You have surrendered. You have stopped in that moment. And so in this example, someone on the outside of the situation knew when to say when, but even still, you all are getting my point here. We have to know when to say when. These are just 2 quick examples for me, and I could think of others, But how many of us are like that visit, that Saturday or Sunday visit where we did overstay our welcome? And honestly, we got the unplanned meal and the dessert to prove it. Or how many of us are like the boxer in the ring and we're trying our hardest to fight, but the opponent is just stronger, they're bigger, and we keep getting knocked down over and over again, but we keep popping back up, we keep popping back up. When are we going to figure out that we've got to say, wait a minute, I need to reevaluate. I need to know when to say when and turn in another direction. Could that be you today? And if it is you today, is this just one area of your life? Is it your career? Is it a relationship? Is it some bad habit that's actually now formed into an addiction that you didn't even realize was happening? Perhaps some of you have not even thought about the fact that I need to stop that. I need to know when to say when. So this week's homework will be for all of us to examine ourselves. I want you all to set aside some time and pause and figure out if there's an area in your life that needs course correction. And you know what? Sometimes an area doesn't need course correction. We need to 100% stop what we're doing, who we're doing it with, how we're doing it. We need to figure out today, friends, it's our time to know when to say when. We don't want to be like that hamster on the wheel. Remember, the hamster is moving, the hamster is spinning, the hamster looks busy, but the hamster is going where? Nowhere. And we want to be moving, we want to be going, we want to be conscious of the fact that life is about the short, maybe a little bit shorter. We want to be conscious of that. That's not bad news. That's actually great news because we've got tools, we've got all types of things we can use to better ourselves. And that's what I want us to do by trying to sit down and figure out if there's any area, if there's anything that needs to stop. So I appreciate you all listening today. I hope you do this homework. And if you're comfortable, please share with me, write a comment or share personally. And I hope you like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.